Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. We are in a different location. I have mentioned that my craft room gets really icky in the heat and humidity, and it has been very hot, very humid around here today, and it is, or actually for the last couple days, it is completely unusable right now. So you are going to see things like Miss Lucy coming in and out. The lighting is going to be kind of bad. I feel like maybe the camera's a little tipped. Things are a little off. I apologize. And this chair rocks, which is going to make things very interesting, isn't it? Also, this is my kind of crafting reading area in the master bedroom, which means the door, I don't shut the door, and so you'll probably hear more noise of the house, and the pups are going to come in and out. So if the tripod gets knocked, it's probably a large dog or a house hippo coming through. Anyway, I just plowed forward, and I forgot to tell you that it's Saturday, which means it's time for my weekly roundup. Yeah! Also, I feel like I'm speaking weirdly because I'm not used to doing this in this room, so it feels a little self-conscious again, like back to the first days of the channel. Are you going to be my co-host? Are you co-hosting today? Where are you going? Over there? You got to pick a spot. I'm going to be reaching around and the chair's going to be rocking. Are you going to be happy? You're not going to be happy. Okay. She does what she wants. So, I missed last week. I have a bunch of, I know, I must give you your due. I have a bunch of projects to share. Not all of these were completed this week. Some of these were completed last week. But we'll talk about them. I can't. I gotta do this. You're so silly. What's it? Is that enough? It's never enough.
Riley?
Never enough. I have Riley.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so first off, let's talk about a couple of projects I completed. And the first is I did finish my 6-day star blanket from, oh, I said Betty, but it's Katie McNitz. It's linked down below. I used 2 Huron anniversary cakes. The color is Sandy Shore, I think. There is absolutely no way I'm going to be able to get this in screen. I do have a picture of it. I laid it out outside. Lucy, I told you what was going to happen. You chose this. This is the natural logical consequences of your actions. Okay. So here you go. That's the best that I could do. This took I didn't quite finish the 2nd anniversary cake. I ended up stopping on I finished a full repeat, and then I still had enough, and I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough for 2 more rows of single crochets or not. So I did a row of half double crochets around the whole edge, and then in the corners I just did 3 half double crochets. And that left me with not enough to do another round. So, but I mean, at that point the rounds are quite large. Overall, I did the center section and then 5 repeats. In her instructions, she says like a throw blanket or like a baby blanket is 3 repeats and a throw is 7 repeats or something. But she is talking about, I believe, 4-weight yarn and a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. I used anniversary cakes, which say they're a 6. In my opinion, they are a 5-weight yarn when you use them. But I also used a 9 millimeter crochet hook, my 9 millimeter Furls, the coffee swirly one. But yeah, I love it. It's so soft. I know I've said we have far too many blankets, but I love this and I'm keeping it. This is going to be a mama blanket. It shall be mine. I'm pretty sure I mentioned at the beginning that the lighting is going to be very weird, so I apologize. I'm actually going to just throw it on the bed. Hooray! High five! You don't care. Good job. Good job. Okay, so during one of my videos earlier this week, I do not recall if it was I think it might have been Tackle It Tuesday. Maybe, no, it was Wipeout Wednesday because I went on a crazy tangent. But I blamed Miss Shannon at Another Yarn for a couple of projects I started. And I'm going to share 2 things that I completed in one of the projects. So, I don't know if I can... no, the box isn't really here. So, this Merry Christmas Advent box. The kids are so excited. They want to decorate it. It came with a bunch of yarn, a bunch of pieces to make like this Christmas village. And I have completed it. I did not do anything that requires hot glue yet. I'm going to save all the hot gluing to the end. But I made a little snowman. So this is amigurumi. A little snowman. On the snowman, I added 7 more rows to the scarf to get it to tie nicely. And he does have a carrot nose and some stick arms you're supposed to glue on. So those aren't glued on. And then just today, I finished the stocking. So there we go. And then up next, there are like some little balls that you crochet to make some of the decorations. I don't even know if I can hold this close enough to see, but there's oh, the lighting. Oh, I don't know what I could do. I'm hoping this turns out kind of okay once I get it on the computer and play with things, but we'll see. That's not gonna work. Anyway, trust me, I'm making some balls next. Some Christmas baubles, I should call them. Maybe not balls, but they are labeled as balls. Small ball, and then striped ball. Oh no, it's two-tone ball. Small two-tone ball and large two-tone ball. So that is project 1 that was directly influenced by Miss Shannon. Oh, sweetie, I think you really gotta move. I'm so sorry. Can I move you, please? Please? No. Okay. She will not be moved. Okay, the other project that is directly influenced by Miss Shannon is this blanket. So I've long been talking about doing a mosaic blanket in cotton. Shannon and I got together, not physically, that would be cool, but not in the cards, at least right now, to talk about how this would look with those Hirschner's cakes. Is it going to lighten back up or not? Oh man. I'm really worried this is going to just be kind of a waste of a video, but that's okay. We're at least touching base, aren't we? Anyway, so what I really want to do is the Casablanca Blanket by Tina. I am not even going to pronounce or attempt to pronounce her last name. We all know Tina. She is amazing. She occasionally has sales. Oh, I hope you can see that. And she had a sale, maybe 6 months ago. And I grabbed a couple of her patterns, and Casablanca was one that I nabbed. And I wanted to make it. So we were looking at the Hirschner's cakes that I had, and I was so focused on one, and then I slept on it, and I woke up and I was like, Erin, you're thinking of the wrong cake. You need to think of the purple cakes. You're going to see the cakes. So anyway, Shannon had this beautiful cake. It's got like plum purple, kind of magenta, light pink, white, and it fades down to a turquoise blue. And I thought it would look lovely with the purple ombre cake that I had gotten in my most recent order of Hirschner's self-striping cotton cakes. So that is what we were doing, and I started it. I am using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I have begun it and I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Again, I'm hoping that you can see this because it just looks black on my screen. We're going to forge ahead and hope everything turns out fine in the end when I get it on the computer. So there we go. That is what we came up with, and I am so excited and in love with it that I had to begin. So I did. So there we go. It's in my, I think this is a Hello Kitty character, Kuromi. There is a new store at the mall that is, of course, Bingo's favorite. Oh, let's talk about this since I haven't done it in a couple of weeks. My Fridays with Fred. So I'm doing Fridays with Fred. I'm still working on the project even if you're not seeing it. I am well into the second set of increases. That's where I stopped last time you saw. So I've done all of this work. There were 8 total increases in the second scale of increases, and I've done 4. So I'm about halfway done with my increases there. And you knit this to a certain length, and then I'll begin the shoulder shaping. But it's coming along, so it's hard to quite measure because this is going to be folded. But yeah, it's working its way up my arm, as it should be. And if I were to hold it, yep, when I sew it together, it's going to fit very nicely with some extra room. So I'm very excited. Super happy. This is the Nurture Cardigan by Carla Patrick that I'm working on. I'm using Big Twist Party Yarn in the colorway Spiced Wine. Yep, Spiced Wine. Did I say Red Heart? It's Big Twist Party. I'm pretty sure I said Big Twist. Anyway, this is getting a very flopsy skein. And she is here on the back cover as well. So that is the sweater I'm currently making. Very exciting. This is for me, and there's no timeline for the Fridays with Fred other than just work on it and get it done when I can. Next, let's put this back over here. Sorry, I think you're looking at the top of my head quite a bit too. I have been working on my socks. These are the Leafy Lacy socks by Darcy Anderson, and she's also woolly_waves. I got it as a P for A perk. Leafy Lacy socks. There you go. And there was a book of sock patterns as a perk if you got the digital perk pack a couple of years ago. The P4A is a fundraiser that John and Hank Green run through their YouTube channel, Vlog Brothers, and they raise money for various causes. The main cause was Sierra Leone. They're building a hospital, I'll call it, the Maternal Center of Excellence, to provide care in that region. And yeah, I don't know why I'm going on the blabber, but that's what I say. I got it as a P4A perk. They often, as one of their fundraising things, you can buy what's called the digital download pack, and they, throughout the event, it's like a 48-hour, 72-hour, 48-hour. It's a big, long live stream. They break it up into parts, and they have different offerings throughout, but they'll have different people on, and they'll say, oh, this is going to be part of the digital perks pack. So you might not know what you're getting, especially if you order it early. I just know I want to donate money, and that's an easy way to do it. So I get surprised at what you get at the end. But there is my sock. I've done one pattern repeat, And I'm over halfway done with the second pattern repeat. Oh, it just went total dark, doesn't it? Whenever I hold anything up, it goes completely dark. Oh, I hope you can see this at the end. Maybe if I hold it back here. Go slowly. So yeah, I'm working my way up. Very soon, probably this week, I will start the heel. And then we'll go from there. But I am excited. I really enjoy making socks. I am using... Oh, I stuck the label inside the yarn. I can't tell you. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. It'll be a surprise for the end when I can retrieve the yarn label. And then I also, last year, was my year of amigurumi. I was making the kiddos everything from this book, which is Crochet Cute Critters by Sarah Zimmerman. I say everything. I had made previously 4 of the items in this book, so I'm not repeating the ones I've already made. But we pick 2, the kids duke it out, decide which of the 2 they each get, and then they direct me. They tell me the colors they want, they tell me which eyeballs they want, they make the design choices. I am merely the creator. So, we are up to Quinn the Queen Bee, and I have made Quinn's body. This is for Bingo, and she wants it as pictured in the book. So, black and yellow, white wings, and a red crown. Which surprises me. I thought I was going to be making, I guess, black antenna. There's antenna there too. I thought I would be making at least a different colored crown. But I kind of had my my bets on a rainbow bee. But nope, she wants a classic bee. And that is what she shall get. I'm looking around me to see if I've forgotten anything else. I don't think so. We're not going to talk about Sophie, because hopefully we'll talk about her on Tuesday. And I do have my dragon blanket, but I'm going to be totally honest, I have not worked on it. So, no news there. I know you're going to be like, Erin, why the heck would you start a new mosaic when you've got one that you are floundering on? I don't have an answer. I do what I do, and that's that. What else? I think that's about it on the crafty goodness. Yeah, so I guess we'll do a quick touch base on other things. I know I was gone Thursday and Friday. Friday was Miss Bingo's birthday, so we were celebrating with Miss Bingo. Thursday, I don't know if you can tell, but I do have new glasses on, and I picked them up on Thursday. I have entered my old lady era and have my first pair of progressive lenses, and I'm having a weird time adjusting, but I'm told it's normal. But we are going to give it through the weekend, and if I'm still struggling on Monday, I think there's a couple of things I want to talk to my optometrist about. Mainly, so I know there's like zones. I'm still unsure how to turn my head and focus. It feels like there's a lag or something. When I first put them on, I really had like a fishbowl effect, but that has dissipated. That's gone away. So that's good. But I still have problems moving my head, especially if I'm doing quickly, and especially if I'm walking at the same time. So I'm just sharing my experiences. If you all have had the experience of trying to adjust to progressives, or if it's something in your future. They wanted me to have this last year, but the vertigo situation was so bad they didn't think it was wise. So with the vertigo situation being better, we thought we could try this now. I will tell you, it is very similar. What's going on is very similar to the vertigo. So we're trying to be very careful and cautious and not push it too hard to push me into like the vertigo. When I first put them on, I was like, I nearly fell a couple of times. It was bad. I am much, much better. but I'm finding I have to tilt my head forward slightly, which I think is not right. I think it means my focal point is a little off, because it feels like my head in a neutral position should be here, but that's causes blurry vision, and it clears up if I bring my head down, like, I don't even know if that's an inch or half an inch. I don't know, but if I just adjust down slightly, it fixes it. But that's not what feels like neutral head position for me, and I fear if I try to adjust to that, I'm going to mess up my neck muscles and cause further issues. So that's mainly what I want to talk to my optometrist about. But I do have like 30 days to decide whether or not this is something I want to continue with or not. So, and if I say no thank you, they will go ahead and put in regular lenses, and I'll just move on. I will say, knitting, crocheting, and reading has been so much better. I've like figured that aspect out. It's just moving and kind of walking and figuring that out, and especially moving my head. And strangely enough, I don't know why I keep going on about this, but I'm going to. Panning from the right to the left is worse than the left to the right. Don't know why. But that is that. If we want to talk about books real quick, Brian is doing the dishes. Or actually, maybe he's cooking corn. I don't know what he's doing. But if we talk books real quick, I thought maybe he was coming upstairs. I am still reading the Demon Haunted World, Candle as a Science as a Candle in the Dark by Carl Sagan. I'm past the midpoint. I'm past halfway. See? Maybe 2/3. And again, he is... I'm not sure... I don't know how to say it, but I'm not sure he needed to go as hard against religion as he's going against religion. But like I said, the whole book is around the importance of critical thinking skills and the scientific method and things like that, and how that can help analyze things, and how he fears the loss of that skill. And I very much agree with that part. I just don't know if he needs to go as hard on some of the topics as he is. But I talked about that a while ago. But I enjoy it. I would encourage others to read it. I know at least one of you is reading it with me, which excites me. I did also finish, at the same time, I have to read that in chunks, because like the whole point of the book is critical thinking, so I have to read the chunk and then digest it and think about it. But to do that, I have to read something fun or something not as serious to free up the brain space. I've been rereading the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros, the Fourth Wing books. I finished the second book, which was Iron Flame, and I have literally just started. I'm like halfway through chapter 1. I'm on page 10 of the newest book, Onyx Storm. The other books I have read multiple times. This is the first time I've reread Onyx Storm since its release, so I'll see if maybe I get any new insights from the book or not. I'm not sure. It was a slow read for me the first time, and I think a lot of other people had the same reaction. I will say, going from a full reread of the first 2 books straight into this one, it was less jarring than it was for me the first time I read it. The first time I read it, I did not... Got a cat here on my face. I did not do any sort of reread. I just grabbed it and jumped right in, and it jumps straight back into the plot. The prologue of the book literally is the last chapter of Iron Flame is from Xaden's point of view. The prologue of Onyx Storm is that same chapter from Violet's point of view. So you literally jump right back in, and then chapter 1 is like 2 weeks later is what it says at the front. So yeah, you're right back right in the action. There's no... Often in fantasy books, there's a little period at the beginning that eases you back into the story. There is no ease in this. You are back into the story. Which I appreciate if you're doing the full reread, because if you're doing the full reread, sometimes the beginning of the book feels like a slog, because you're like, yes, I know that. Yes, we just read that. Yes, yes, yes. But I understand how that helps if you have not done a reread just recently. I don't know why I'm blabbering on about rereads now, but there you go. I am rereading. That word doesn't sound any better every time I say it. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. If for some reason I should finish Onyx Storm before I finish the Carl Sagan book, I am going to pick up the next Stormlight Archive book by Brandon Sanderson, which is over here, actually. I have an empty Waterloo can over here. Oh, and I have stitch markers set on top of the book. Why did I do this? This is not smart, Erin. That was my calendar. Words of Radiance. Words of Radiance. Very exciting. It's just as thick as the other one. It has... How many pages? End of book 2 of Stormlight Archive. 1303. 1303. Oh, why did I just read the last page? That's okay. When you read it out of context like that, I don't think it gives anything away. It's not like, and then the main character died or something, you know. Yeah. I think that's just about everything I have for today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for kind of rolling with the summer so far. It's an adventure, and that the whole point is to spend time with the kiddos, and I am certainly doing that. So thank you for understanding and giving me that freedom. I should like to have a video out tomorrow. I'm going to try my best to do so, but tomorrow is Father's Day, which is funny, because Brian was like, we were talking about the plans for the weekend, and he's like, well, Sunday is Father's Day, and I was like, no, it's not, it's next week. No. It's a good thing I had pre-bought all of the gifts, so we have everything. I just thought we had another week, so I didn't plan, like, a dinner for him or anything, but he says it's okay. I still feel bad, let's be honest. But yeah, so I'll see if it happens. If it doesn't happen, I will see you on Monday. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.